Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Contcast GW29. Only 10 weeks left to go. Joined today by Boss, JK,
Hi.
and Zofar.
Hello.
Well, a couple of topics to talk about today. I think we only have a few rate my team questions, and then we'll get into blank 31 options, talk Chelsea, a few others. So let me go to the wrong chat. And I'm sorry, the Contcast chat. And Boss, I think you're up first. So you want to talk us through?
Yeah, so right now I'm trying to decide whether to just save transfer and start Aubameyang away to Spurs, or transfer him out now and bring in either Vardy or Higuain, basically. I don't really. I'm tempted to just keep Alba one more week because I think he could still get attacking returns against Spurs. And it would give me another week to assess kind of Chelsea assets and whether Higuain's a better bet than Vardy. But yeah, keen to hear thoughts.
For a hit, I wouldn't transfer in Vardy. I think next week's probably the better way to make that move.
Yeah, I do have one free transfer and enough money to kind of...
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Probably still would wait. I mean, they got Fulham at home, which Fulham are horrible, but they're even worse on the road. And Spurs look knackered. Alba seems fair to start. Not confident on Higuain, personally. I mean, Jofar can speak more to that too. Might be a good week to save it here. I mean, it's a good team. I assume you captain Sterling, I would think, or Pogba.
Yeah, I've currently got it on Sterling, but I might switch it to Pogba. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for me, I'd probably save.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good save. I mean, if you're going to get Higuain, this week would probably be the week because it is Fulham. But Sarri's words seem a little bit iffy, talking about him needing to get up to speed physically as much as anything else. So, do you therefore say, well, he's only going to cameo, or is he easing him in? There's that maybe that. Is it going to be worth it? Especially because I agree, Spurs were knackered against Chelsea midweek. So, Alba, he'll probably play, but I mean, it's an North London derby, but I do worry briefly, obviously, because they need him midweek with no Lacazette. So there is maybe the chance he gets pulled off early, but I'm not sure it's going to be worth the hassle. I'm not sure it's worth the sell.
Yeah.
Are you going Lejeune, Shaw, and Johnny for your defense this week?
Right now, yeah, Lejeune, Shaw.
The home guys, right?
Evans, okay. 15-pointer incoming.
Yeah, I'm going to bench Evans actually second sub behind Barnes, so he's probably going to fall.
Yeah. Watford attacking stats are woeful. I looked at that the other day. I think Zofar pointed that out too. So it's difficult, to pick.
And there's also a new manager bounce happening there, so there's at least some points. It's his first game in charge, so you expect them to play better with more motivation, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Well, I could bench Lejeune, which would make sense since I am starting Felipe Anderson, and I'm always a bit weird starting kind of midfielders and attackers against my midfielders.
West Ham are usually at home. They're quite good, I think, in terms of being attack. They're not so good away, but I mean, I'll just dial it back. I mean, this is a lot of talk I've seen in multiple groups, including our chat, about buying Higuain. I really don't think he's an option at all. Even though I've put him in my article because we didn't want to replicate Hazard from the previous article, the captain's one. But Higuain, so far, the only goals he has scored have been against Huddersfield. Well, basically a championship outfit. I know you could. No, exactly, but I hadn't finished there. So after Fulham, we play Wolves, who I think are a decent defense again, a decent team, and then we play Everton away, which is not an easy fixture and one which we have traditionally struggled as well. So I don't think the fixtures are that great for Higuain. And B, we also have a lot of Europa League games. I mean, we have 2 legs of the Europa League. So let's say we have a bad result in the first leg or something like that. He might be required in the second leg. We might use Giroud for the Wolves game. So I really think Higuain is an absolute no-go area until we see some consistent scoring, some consistent points potential. Just absolute no-go area for me.
So you prefer Vardy?
Yeah. Who have you guys got in the Europa League? Is it Dynamo Kiev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a tough draw, but it's not an ideal draw still.
No, it's traveling more than anything.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of travel to Ukraine, the away games, and all that stuff. So it's not ideal. I genuinely think Aubameyang is a better pick than Vardy this week, because if you look back to these Spurs expected goals conceded, specifically at Wembley, over the last 3 or 4 games, I think they are the first or second highest. You know that game against Leicester, you recall, they could have conceded any number of goals. So Spurs are actually quite open at Wembley defensively, and I think Aubameyang is nailed for 90 minutes, as close as it gets. This is the one fixture you can expect him to play 90 minutes. It's probably on penalties, and frankly, we haven't seen enough of Vardy yet under Rodgers. If you want to get him, I would do the swap next week when Aubameyang plays United.
Yeah, and Vardy has Fulham.
I think that's
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. I think I'd probably just save that from the boss. And then it's a toss-up, coin toss between Sterling and Pogba for captaincy. Either of them are good.
I think Sterling is way better than Pogba.
Yeah.
I think if you've got, I think to me, Sterling is almost a nailed on starter this week. Mahrez was terrible.
Yep, and he was rested last game for minutes. And Pep is very conscious of Sterling's record against Bournemouth. I remember the last time they played Bournemouth, he had mentioned it. So the one player he's going to start there is Sterling.
And City don't have your Champions League midweek, so there's opportunity there for even if he plays 90, he's got a week off.
Especially if he's going to play Jesus, he usually likes to play Sterling along with Jesus, because that's when Sterling becomes more of the goal scorer there. I read somewhere that Jesus is fully fit, so and I would definitely go Sterling. I was considering a hit for Sterling and just to captain him for this week, but
Bournemouth away is a great fixture, mainly because of how attacking Bournemouth are, especially at home. So there should be plenty of space for Sterling.
Absolutely,
absolutely right. Yeah, I think if you own Sterling already, he's a clear-cut captain and somebody to hold. I disagree with people wanting to buy him just for this fixture, but definitely have him now, captain the guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And look at it this way, too, boss. You hold now, you have 2 for next week. If Arnautovic looks great, you can get them both, Vardy and Arnautovic, for free. You know,
yeah, true.
Yeah, because you can get Rashford. Again, Rashford's got Arsenal and then 2 blanks around double game week.
Yep.
So you could easily bring in Vardy and Rashford for Vardy and Arnautovic. Because Arnautovic's next 2 after Newcastle are about as good as you're going to get with Cardiff and Huddersfield.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I plan to transition Jimmy out for him also next week.
Yeah, my move is either Rashford to Arnie or Jimmy to Arnie next week, depending. I'll see. Might actually even lose both because I like King as an option in 30, but we'll get to that.
Almost back
to King. Yeah, I'll come back to King when we get to my team because I've got some. I think. Were you next one?
I was next, yeah. So I've used the 2 free transfers. Vardy and Luiz are in. In my plan to get 10 for 31, I had planned to take a hit this week, but Higuain I'm completely off of, so I wouldn't even go there. So the options really are Son to Hazard or Bednarik to the Tark or Gil. I don't know if I would not do that now because now that Wan-Bissaka is healthy, taking a hit for a defender when I'm not going to play this week is stupid. So really it's only going to be Son to Hazard or just roll with what I have here and do a hit next week, getting in Arnautovic and then maybe Jimmy for King for Jimmy.
I think I'd roll because again, I still think Son could do something.
He's already used both his transfers, right?
Yeah, so you would be sitting here either take a hit or just go with what I have here and take the hit.
You go with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think Hazard's worth a hit.
Yeah,
especially the concern about minutes. There's even a possibility he might not start. And then again, Son this is the one fixture. He's playing a team who hasn't kept a single clean sheet away from home. Even Fulham have kept a clean sheet away from home.
Yep.
So the Arsenal defense is pretty much as bad as it gets.
Very. I mean, I think it just, again, if it's just for a hit, it's not really worth it, even if I do captain Hazard. In this situation right here, I'm probably going to captain Pogba.
Yeah.
And then holding next week, getting on Altovich for Rashford is easy, and then I either go 4-4-2, benching Jimenez, or I can actually transfer Jimmy out and get like a King, or even here do the Bednarik to Tark next week as well, since that'll give me a good fixture in 31 and 33.
Yep.
Don't need a keeper for 2 more weeks. I can play Ryan the next 2.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That was easy. I did a lot of research before it.
Stuff. I mean, like, all of a sudden, this is possibly the best fixture of the season, and he suddenly wants to play Ruddy. That's very unlucky for Patricio owners.
Yeah. Very true. I'm benching Almiron this week, JK, so here's where he braces. But, oh well.
Right now I'm not, but we'll see why in a second. I think it's my team next.
You are next, yes. All right, there you go.
Okay, so I haven't made a transfer yet. I got 2 frees and 0.9 in the bank. So my plan is just a simple Kolasinac to David Luiz and roll the other one. I've moved Camarasa to first sub. And that's pretty much me set, I think. I may move my vice onto Salah or Vardy, but otherwise that's pretty much going to be me. Kolasinac to Luiz and roll the free transfer into next week. And ideally roll it right through till 31. Because I'm fairly well set there.
Oh yeah, I think you are. Camarasa first sub, yeah, with the Patricio news.
Yeah.
I mean, would you actually? There's no way you wouldn't start Camarasa or Almiron, right?
I wouldn't start him. No, I still think that's the better place to start Almiron. He's much more essential to that team than Camarasa is. Unless you're hoping for a penalty. I mean, that's the only reason you would start him.
Yeah, well, I could even. Who knows? Aguero might not even get on the pitch, so Camarasa could get on anyway.
Yeah.
I think if he just starts and City are comfortable, there's a realistic chance maybe Aguero doesn't come on.
Yeah.
So my basic plan then would probably be, if Arnie starts tomorrow, I'll probably do Rashford to Arnie for 30. Again, roll my other one. And in 31, I'd probably look at either Aguero to possibly Callum Wilson, who's supposed to be back this week, according to Eddie Howe. And then one of Camarasa or Son to Mane with my other 3, and that gets me to 11. So my bench would be Pogba, Doherty, and either Son or Camarasa. I know if you're big on the idea of investing in the attack for 31, essentially that's where I think don't leave Rashford or Aguero on the bench because of value. Get rid of them because that's where the potential points are.
Who are your 3 defenders again for 31?
Sorry, I have 4. Robertson, Lejeune, Digne, and Louise.
Okay. So the worst case, you still have 3 for 33, even if Palace beat Watford.
Yeah, so I've certainly got Digne and Robertson and Louise. So worst case, I've got 3.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So that's cool.
Yeah, this is well set up for 31.
Yeah. So the worst case is in 33 is if Brighton win and Palace win, then potentially I've got Son and Almiron to shift, but a -4 that week wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But,
we could even look at Chelsea at that point because, good fixture.
Yeah.
We've had 4 weeks to look at them, their form. So
yeah. But the reason I'm wondering about keeping Son ahead of Camarasa is purely because Cardiff are due to play City in 33 and Spurs are due to play Brighton. I feel like there's more chance Brighton could lose to Millwall than there is that City could lose to Swansea.
Yep. City, you have to assume that this is 33 is a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see no way to win that.
So therefore, Camarasa. But I think Brighton, if it was at home to Millwall, I'd back Brighton. But away to Millwall, there's potential for an upset there.
Yep, definitely.
I mean, I hope they win. I hate Millwall with a passion, but it's looking at it football-wise, yeah, it's a tough fixture for them.
I'm sure the odds won't be very far apart as well. I think they'll be pretty close.
Yeah. So I'm wondering whether it's better if I can afford it, which I should be able to with something like Aguero to Wilson. I should be able to afford just about any transfer I want. Where I'm better losing Camarasa and keeping Son in reserve for 33. And if I have to sell him in 33, I have to sell him in 33. And if I don't, well, great, it's one less transfer.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's a do a Louise move and then hold the other.
Yeah, that's, I think, is pretty much my line. I think I'm pretty much set with the news that Jesus is fully fit. Even if Aguero starts, I could see him maybe an hour at best because Pep's already said he's knackered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Pogba should be nailed on for 90. So, and obviously he's got the pens, same as Aguero. So, but the extra 30 minutes to score points is a big factor.
I saw some people selling Aguero for Higuain just because of the Jesus news, which is.
I think it's ludicrous because I think if Aguero doesn't start and doesn't come on against Bournemouth, he's an absolute shoo-in to start against Watford.
Yeah, sure.
And
it doesn't matter away, but it's no midweek game. So
there's no midweek game.
Yep. And like you said earlier, Aguero's the key, the main captain choice at 30.
Absolutely. And then I'll lose him in 31 and I can always free hit him in for 32 and wildcard him in for 34 if I still want him.
How much do you lose if you sell him?
I think I'm not sure what I paid. I'll have a look. I think quite a bit because he's 11.7 now, and I think I paid something like 11.3, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, so 0.2 is probably easy to do, right?
Yeah. So just bring up FPL. Always nice to look at FPL when you're looking at green arrows.
Yep. All right. So do we have anything else? Pirlo. He hasn't done his moves yet. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I paid 11.3 for Aguero. He's 11.7. So yeah. So it cost me. I sell for 11.5. It cost me 11.7 to buy back at current price. So 0.2 is not the end of the world.
I would suspect it's going to be 0.3 by the time, especially if he does anything against Bournemouth. But that's still not too bad.
Yeah. But again, if he goes up another 0.1, I won't gain anything. But
right.
Rashford, I think, is the bigger one. That's half the mil I lose on him.
Yeah, that would probably be harder. I'm in the same situation with Pogba. It's 0.5 for me. So he's
Rashford and Pogba at 0.5 for me. And that was my only really reticence to lose Rashford was that amount of money tied up in him.
Right.
But if Arnie comes in and does some and fights against Cardiff and Huddersfield, the value's irrelevant because the points I'll have made I'd rather have the points at the end of the day.
Yeah, no. Points are what matters last 10 weeks.
Right.
All right, so Pirlo hasn't done his moves. He's been talking about him in the chat all morning.
Which moves? Ulysses PP, he's probably talked about 5 or 6 different moves.
Yeah, but he has stuck to he wants to get Sterling in and captain him this week.
Oh.
I mean, that's fine, but it's, again, you're basing it on him hauling against Bournemouth. You're going to have to get him out again in 31.
How's he looking for 31? Because he's losing Felipe Anderson.
Yeah, exactly my point. Yeah. He's bringing in Arnie, so we'll have Rondon, Almiron, Arnie, Salah.
He's
fine in defence. Yeah. He's got 3 defenders, so he's fine there.
He hasn't got 11 starters, though. And he's going to
No, he hasn't got 11 starters.
He's going to have to take another hit just to get 11 starters. So basically, he's taken a big hit this week, 8-point hit, and then he's going to have to take another hit to get 11
starters.
He
took an 8-pointer the week before, I think. So
yeah. He's self-sabotaging here with the hits. Like, it seems very knee-jerk.
And it's all about bringing in Stern to captain. And I would just, in his situation, I'd keep Anderson and I'm just captain Pogba.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one thing for you, boss. You have Sterling already. I'm just not sure at this stage, especially when it comes to taking hits, is it worth a hit to get Sterling in for 1 week? Probably not.
Well, you've also got to look at it this way. There's only 10 weeks left, so the time to actually repay the hit is quite limited now. Like, unless you're taking a hit to get a starter out for game week 31, in which case it's only really a 2-point hit, then it's not really worth doing. So yeah, Felipe will probably deliver this week as well. That's the other thing. So he's taking a hit to lose a game week 31 starter who could actually get attacking returns this week because he's got a great fixture.
Mm-hmm. And it taps his bank. I mean, this whole move is banking on Sterling hauling like mad.
Yeah, he'd have to get like at least a brace.
Yeah, he's also banking on a lot of goals in West Ham and Newcastle there because he's already banking that anyway because even if he sells even if he does that move, he's going from Arnautovic to Anderson. So, he's doubled on the Newcastle attack, and then he's got a West Ham attacker thrown in there as well. And then he's throwing Fabianski into the mix.
Yeah, and then if Vardy does anything good against Watford, he has Fulham next. There's no way to get him in without selling Kuhn, which would be another madness. So I don't know. I mean, if he's set on getting Sterling, fine, but I don't like it as on the whole.
No, I mean, and especially when you look at it and say that if he keeps Aubameyang, it's an easy swap to get Vardy next week, and that'll generate him some cash.
If I was him, I would probably just do. He needs to free up cash to get a playing goalkeeper. I think that's part of the issue. So if he wants to get Fabianski, he needs to lose Aubameyang so that he's looking at least a 4-point hit, I think.
I would be considering doing something like Kolasinac out to Tarkowski or someone of that ilk, Tarkowski, a Bournemouth defender or West Ham defender, and then get Fabianski. Or I'd be if he could find the money, I'd go for Heaton.
Kola and Patricio to West Ham defender and Fabianski would then lock him out of Arnautovic. So I'm not sure he'd want to do that because you would keeping at
it. So if he was getting a West Ham defender, I'd get Heaton.
Yeah, Heaton's only 0.1 more than Fabianski.
That's worth doing.
Yeah, I think so.
But he doesn't even have to be a West Ham defender. He could go for Diop or he could get a Newcastle defender in. But I think if I was buying a goalkeeper now for the blanks, I'd probably go for Heaton.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Get Heaton and then downgrade Kolasinac. Even go double Burnley if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, we know
Aubameyang to Vardy. Like that's not a bad move. It could pay off.
Yeah.
But I think Kolasinac is probably a bigger issue than Aubameyang this week. Either way, if you either Aubameyang to Vardy or Kolasinac down to a West Ham, Burnley or Newcastle defender frees up enough money for him to lose Patricio for Fabianski or Heaton.
I mean, he doesn't need to play Kolasinac this week. He has 4 playable defenders. But if you need to downgrade somewhere to get a keeper because he has no keeper, then that would be where I would do it.
Yeah, Kolasinac could be an option, or Oba to Vardy. Either one of those will sort him out to get Patricio out.
Yeah.
I know you're in the chat too about Almiron downgrade to get a keeper, but then you got 2 defenders or 2 midfielders below, 4.5, which doesn't seem.
Yeah, he could always take a big risk and do Button to Boruc.
Yeah,
there's that option. If you're confident Begovic isn't going to get his place back, then you've got that option.
Yeah, this week that's a negative return, but yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that this week, but.
I would never go near Bournemouth defense.
I've got Boruc, but I literally never touch him. He literally just sits on my bench because he was 3.9 when I downgraded Patricio. He was.
That's fair, but ultimately you take a hit for somebody like that.
He just sits on my bench, Boruc, and trolls me with a 10-pointer against Chelsea.
I mean, there's no 4.5 defender or goalkeeper other than Boruc.
Lossell?
Lossell.
Oh, Lossell.
But Huddersfield, Jesus Christ.
It's Huddersfield.
It's like
that's a hammer 2 point.
I mean, this week they're away to Brighton. They're probably going to concede, but it's not the worst fixture in the world. Certainly better than City.
Yeah, but I think if I was going down that road, I'd probably just try and get Fabianski or Heaton in. Heaton for me over Fabianski at this point for 0.1 extra.
Yeah.
We know Burnley defenders have always been FPL gold. The Burnley keepers have always been FPL gold.
What about
Except Joe Hart.
What about Etheridge?
No, I think Cardiff have lost momentum.
No fixture in 31 for Etheridge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Never mind. And Schmeichel's too expensive. So that it's Lossell.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy Schmeichel when I could have Heaton or Fabianski for less.
Yep.
I guess you'd have to lose Heaton on a wild card though, because Burnley's running is horrendous.
That's not the end of the world. If you are carding in 34, you just take him out.
Yeah.
Does he have his wild card? Yeah, I'll go look real quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I don't think anyone in the group has really used a wildcard yet.
And I know Jo and Bo has.
Only Jo. Yeah, but Jo.
I think he's used all of his chips.
Yeah, Jo and Bo. They're the only ones I think that have wildcarded.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't used a wild card, so he hasn't. Yeah, I would do Heaton, downgrade Kolasinac to a defender, Tarkovsky or one West Ham defender.
Lejeune.
Or Lejeune, yeah.
Or Lejeune, yeah.
All right.
I can't wait till Lejeune scores a goal.
Coming.
Ultimate cunt stiffer.
Probably this week when he's sitting second sub on my bench.
Or better yet, when
Are you starting this week, boss? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you starting Lejeune this week?
I was going to, but now I'm thinking of Evans because I don't know. I feel like I'm starting Felipe and he's up against Lejeune. It's just like weird. So I think I am going to start Evans.
Okay, so far, this is your team. You want to talk us through?
Yep. One free transfer, 1.5 in the bank. What would you guys do?
Now that Wan-Bissaka is healthy, I would probably save it.
Yeah.
It's a good team here.
It is. Strong enough that you can bench Rondon.
Yeah.
Retail customers at participating dealers only.
Oh, we have someone.
I think PP's trying to join and it's not really working.
Thank heavens for that.
Yeah.
We basically have the same defense.
Who do you guys play, Pereira or Wan-Bissaka? I think a lot of us have that same issue this week.
Probably Pereira. Burnley at home, I expect them to score.
I play Pereira just for his attacking threat.
Yeah,
I think attacking returns. Watford don't do as much XG-wise at home for some reason.
Yeah.
So I like Pereira.
If it was at Palace, I'd say Wan-Bissaka, but at Burnley, I'd expect Burnley to score.
Me too.
Yeah. And Sako is out as well, I think, still.
Yeah, Sako's still injured.
Yeah, this is a save, I think, for me so far. It's a good team.
I'm planning towards saving as well. The next week, I could do something like Vardy and Arnie in for Rashford and Jimenez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and maybe even take a hit to dump Bednarek as well.
See, the thing is, I've been looking at that position. I'm not planning to actually go for a third defender in 31, 33.
That being said, you're looking at Newcastle or Burnley that you'd want to get in there because you've already got Robertson and Pereira in there.
Exactly. My point is that the pool is very limited. At Newcastle, I don't want to overexpose myself because I already have Rondon just in case they don't play 33. I don't want to get two of them.
No, right. Yeah, you need to get that out.
This leads quite nicely into who are you going to keep on your bench during blanks. So if, I guess, Doherty and Pogba are two spaces, will Bednarek be a third, or are you looking to?
Probably I'm looking at keeping 10. So it'll be Pogba, Doherty, Bednarek, and Wan-Bissaka.
Okay.
But that would be without any hit. So that's all my take. That's the thing. I don't see any defender who's worth a hit. We've all seen it with Pereira. We also, I personally sold Pereira for Alonso. And Alonso in 1 week outscored Pereira over 2. Doesn't necessarily, taking a hit workout. You can say that, he might play 2 weeks, but if he can get 1 point at 1 point that week, he's still out 2 points.
Yeah.
And if you look at Burnley's fixture, this Burnley 31 play Bournemouth away. I don't see that as a clean sheet. That's more of a one game. Something like that. At 33, they play Palace, who have right now just great attacking stats. The second and third across goals scored, shots. Ever since they got Batshuayi and put Zaha out wide. So that's also not very much of a guaranteed clean sheet. So I really don't think that defenders are worth a hit.
Are Doherty, Wan-Bissaka, and Bednarek all going to blank in 31 and 33?
Wan-Bissaka will only blank if they beat Watford.
Yeah. Doherty will. Bednarek will play in 33, but he plays Liverpool.
Well, that doesn't really matter though, because what I was going to say is if all three of them blanked in both games, then you may as well take the hit because at worst you're breaking even. But if Bednarek's playing, even if he's playing Liverpool, he'll still outscore the hit.
Yep.
True. It's a home match too, and they seem to be a little bit tighter with Yoshida back.
I actually think Wan-Bissaka will probably play in 33 because I think
so.
Watford.
Yeah, no, I think
Watford will win. I think Watford will win.
I think Watford are a better team.
Yep. You and I have similar plans then for 31 so far, because I'm benching the exact same 4. I'm not taking an extra hit for a defender.
Yeah, next week pretty much I'll have to decide between Vardy or Hazard. Because if I bring in Vardy, then I really can't upgrade Son to Hazard at any point.
Well, Vardy has a better fixture next week, but
Yeah.
you're weak to
But then
look
again, if you're also going for Arnautovic, that's a pretty good fixture in and of itself.
Yeah, so I can do something like Rashford to Arnautovic and Son to Hazard.
Yep.
So that's what I've got in mind next week. I can bench Jimenez, play Ronda, do Jimenez to like King over 31.
But I mean, that being said, would you want to sell Son before you play Southampton, just as an example?
When is that Dortmund game? Do they have a Dortmund game midweek?
Yeah, they play Dortmund midweek.
Midweek, yes.
Yeah, I don't mind selling a Spurs player after a Champions League game. They traditionally struggle to score good, like prolifically right after a Champions League game.
See, I'm considering something like that because I could bring my Son to Mane, move forward 1 week. So lose Son before Southampton and bring in Mane for Burnley at home.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Moving.
That does. Okay.
So I guess the next question, obviously, we need to really discuss for those people who are one keeper every week and own Patrizio.
Yeah.
Where do you go? I suppose the answer is, if you have the cash, Heaton.
I agree.
Yep. I mean, AK is asking 4 or 5 under, and Phil gave him the only 2 options. So try to find a way to get the extra.
Yeah. Boric or Lossell are the only 2 at that price. Otherwise, you'll take a hit.
Yep.
Yeah, if out of those 2, I'd probably go Boric.
Really, I would actually fancy. I think the result they got at the weekend could give a little bit of like a bounce.
Yeah, I prefer Lossell because apart from anything else, Boric, I'd always be nervous that Begovic might turn up again.
Yeah, that's true.
And he has
Lossell,
Hamer.
he's going to play.
Yeah, but for sure Hamer. So Lossell Hamer is just covered. In case Lossell gets dropped, Hamer is going to come in.
Yep. Yeah.
Is Hamer his other keeper?
Yep. I think so. But for sure Hamer is, I think, what he's gone with.
Yep. Yeah. So it's try to find the extra 0.3 AK for Heaton.
Yeah. Otherwise, buy Lossell.
Yeah, or Lossell.
I don't think it's too. I don't
that's
think
just bloody annoying. So I just had to look, and Rashford Tuani doesn't leave me enough to do Son to Mane if I bring in Luis this week. So I'll probably just have to go with it in 31 as planned when I've sold Aguero.
Honestly, not Luis. Luis isn't all that.
Yeah, but in terms of who else I've got, there's nobody else that appeals at all.
You have a politics cons group?
I do have a politics comps group, yes. Pulse is in that with me.
I'm assuming it's a US politics comps group.
Yeah.
It says
about Trump.
Yeah, it says just writing about Trump in the main chat.
As you can see, Cynic is not a fan of Trump's.
To put it mildly.
Yep. So let's see. A Hungry Man's asking new manager boost for Fulham.
How did that work for them last time?
It did help last time. It's a difference if the new manager comes in for a team that's got quality players and struggling, yes, but Fulham they're resigned to their fate. I don't see how much it's going to do.
It didn't work for Huddersfield, really. It ain't going to work for Fulham for the same reason.
I mean, maybe they'll be a bit tighter with Chelsea this week, but it's still. I see no way that they're gonna.
I mean, not with Scotty Parker now. Let's say if they got somebody like Sam Allardyce, I might say that they'll get a few nil-nils here and there.
Yeah. You'll play the old 1-10-0 formation if it's Sam Allardyce.
Yeah. Mitrovic at centre half.
Yeah.
All right.
I think they're prepping for next year. I think they're already looking at their wage bill, waiting for the parachute payment.
All right. I've got the draft question.
What was that, boss? Did you say something?
Yeah, I said for my draft league, I'm trying to figure out who to drop between Almiron or Barnes for Brooks.
Could you repeat? I didn't understand. You wanted to drop Almiron or?
Yeah, I've got to decide between Almiron or Barnes, which one to drop for Brooks.
So you're assuming me Harvey Barnes here?
No, I've already got I've already got Harvey Barnes and Almiron in my team. I'm trying to decide whether I should drop one of them for Brooks.
Well, he's going to be on the bench this week again, right? So.
Yeah, I can afford to bench Brooks this week, basically. This is in draft league.
Brooks might even start this week, but either way, you'd want to bench him. But I'd probably drop Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
Almiron just looks quality. I wouldn't want to lose him.
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right, cool.
And even though he hasn't returned yet, I mean, I've been watching Almiron as JK and others intently. He's going to return. This guy is involved in everything.
Yep.
Yeah, he is absolutely central to them.
He's going to get some through balls into Rondon, some crosses. And they're even trying to spring him free, to get him an own goal. He's hit the post twice, 3 times.
In one game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I think that's everything from the chat. Do we have any other topics to discuss? So far, your overall Chelsea, maybe?
I mean, what about Chelsea? I still think I'm not really confident in investing us yet. And you guys read Sarri's comments about how he's talking about the team pressing like more deeper. I think the main focus now is shifted to defense rather than attack. Mm-hmm. That's just the general vibe I've been getting. And I think Pedro, Willian are absolutely no-go options. Higuain also not yet. So I think the only options really would be Luis, Azpilicueta, and Hazard.
Just on Hazard, we've just had a question pop up from Burbs. Wanted to know if you should bring in Hazard for Son.
Okay. I'm a bit worried about his minutes this week.
Where is it in the regular chat?
It's in the regular chat.
In the regular chat.
Okay. Hazard in for Son. Yeah, I mean, I had the same question earlier. I don't think you're keen on it so far. I don't think if this is for free, would you consider it? Mine was for a hit.
For free, maybe. I think because Hazard has to probably go off early. For free, it's not a bad move.
Yeah, it's good long term. Son is out of form.
You need to make 3 or 4 changes, and Bill asked what those changes might be. I think one would be Kepa in for Caballero, probably Emerson in for Alonso, maybe Christensen in for Rudiger, but I don't think so. But Barkley in for Kovacic, and Willian in for Pedro. I think those are going to be the changes, if any.
Yeah, reading Twitter, many folks think Willian for Pedro is a move that's going to be made. Every projected team I see has Luis. Some have Hazard resting or sitting out.
I don't think that'll happen because Pedro's himself played a lot of minutes too.
Yeah.
Just let me ask, was Luis banned for one game this season?
No, he was injured or rested.
Injured, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I say he's only missed one game this season, Luis, and it was.
I would say more critical than Jorginho. He's played the most through balls out of any player in the league this season.
Yeah,
I'm just going to ask. Yeah.
He missed
the Wolves
and that was to injury.
Yeah, he missed Wolves. Yeah, was he injured that week? Right.
He was, yeah.
So I've just got one question. Knowing that I couldn't do Son to Mane, would you still get Luis? Because otherwise I pretty much have to buy Pereira.
I wouldn't bother with Luis because I could see us conceding in each of those next 3 games.
Sorry?
I could see us conceding in each of the next 3 games.
Yeah, but
Fulham we probably win. I'm not saying that Pereira is a better option. I'm just looking at Luis as an option by himself.
Luis has the attacking threat as well, though, as Pereira.
I would say even in terms of attacking threat, but in terms of clean sheet, just look at the fixtures again on paper. Wolves Good score. Everton again, good score. It's probably just the Fulham game and the West Ham game on either side, which you are banking on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Leicester, and they've got Watford, Fulham, Huddersfield. I mean, there's potential for clean sheets there. The question is, which one is it worth going for Pereira to allow me to maybe do Son to Mane for next week?
I would say Son to Mane for next week is a move you definitely should make over Luis.
I mean, I was going to make it. Yeah, I was going to make it in 31 anyway. It's just whether I bring it forward a week.
Yeah, but Burnley is a good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Anything
So
else?
Maybe I'll just go for Pereira then. Cheers, boys.
Nice.
I don't like Pereira because late risers got him, and I need to catch him in CCL. But otherwise,
Yeah, I didn't even talk CCL this week. It's both matches are 13-point leads for the people who are leading. So it's very doable. The right captain pick.
yeah.
For those who
I mean,
are
I still
talk about this week, right? I see a lot of people talking about Salah this week. What do you think? What do you think ahead of the derby? Is Salah a captain choice?
I wouldn't captain Salah in the derby. It's going to be, particularly at Goodison, they're usually really cagey, very kind of neck and neck. Like the last one obviously came down to that last-minute goal. I don't think it'll be a very open game. I'm hoping that we can just scrape out a win or a draw, but who knows? This time next week we'll be celebrating an Everton win.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I do not want Liverpool to win the league.
Oh man, it'll be brilliant if they end up losing like because of this Everton game. That'd be perfect.
I think we could talk captain's choice for a minute. I think if you have a City attacker, it's a City attacker this week. But if you don't, it's you could look at Pogba, you could look at Salah or Mane. I don't trust Kimi with the armband, but those would be the guys I would look at.
Yeah. So Swan, who are you going for?
I'm going for Pogba. I'm not going to get Hazard in, and I'll just stick to C on Pogba for the third time this year.
Yeah, and I think I'll be joining you on that for the third time this year.
Nice.
I have Aguero, but I think the limited minutes and Jesus being fit put me off that a little bit. So I'll go with the safety of Pogba.
Boss, I think you're going Sterling, you said?
Yep, Raheem.
Yep. So far?
Pogba.
Yeah, I think most will do one of those two guys, Pogba or Sterling.
I think Pogba's pretty safe, actually. I can see him delivering points.
I think Southampton winning midweek would probably take the pressure off this game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they would have viewed the Fulham game as the more winnable of the two.
Yeah, they already won that, so it's probably a bit of fatigue and let's see how that goes.
I mean, they have 3 of their next 4 are really difficult. When you're talking United away and then Spurs, Liverpool at home, sandwiched around Brighton away, and the blank, obviously. But the running is pretty winnable. I mean, the running is something that can keep them up if they're worried about falling down. So they got.
I mean, Pogba's returned in every home game bar Liverpool.
Yep.
And the thing is, though, surprisingly, Southampton's defensive stats aren't bad. I think they only conceded 21 shots on target in the last 6 matches. That's less than 4. So surprisingly good defensive stats.
Yeah, and actually Yoshida coming back can help, but I still feel at home Pogba's probably the safest pick there. If I knew Aguero was absolutely nailed on to start and play 90 minutes, I'd probably maybe consider that, but otherwise that's Pogba for me. Again, the penalties help.
Yep, definitely. And Rashford being fit also, I think helps.
Yeah, Rashford being
definitely, yeah. So, just on a side note, I'm looking a little bit ahead at what happens if Palace win in the cup, and then we have to figure out what to do with Newcastle and all that. You want to hope for something. If Newcastle do blank in 33, that will be moved to 35, and that double would be Palace and Southampton at home for them. So Rondon or Almiron, captain.
I'm still hoping we get a separate double game week for that Brighton or Cardiff. I'm planning to use my bench boost then. Very easy to load Brighton or Cardiff players.
For which game? Oh, what? Then when the Brighton or Cardiff double game week happens?
Yeah. If Brighton win again on the FA Cup, they'll effectively have 3 fixtures they need to reschedule.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to have 3 double game weeks or a triple.
I don't think so. I'd rather get load up my bench boost with players like Murphy, etc., etc.
If they have a triple game week, I'm captaining their keeper.
There's only been 1 triple game week in history. Even the keeper didn't play all 3.
Really?
Really?
Good point. You could do well while Ryan was away. So.
It was Fulham when they reached the Europa League final, I think, and Sforza played 2 but missed the last one.
Yeah, so if you looking here, the 2 weeks that the Cardiff match could be put into, because you're assuming if they do beat Millwall, the Spurs match in 33 would go to 35. It could be in 34 or 36. So it could be either Bournemouth and Cardiff home or Newcastle and Cardiff home.
Decent fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, Zoff, because then you could save bench boost for that. You're getting at least 2 guys with 2 fixtures in that bench boost. And that frees up triple captain at 35. Which could
I'd probably still stick with the bench boost because my triple captain is no longer available. But
all right, you got 57 points, right? So.
Yeah, I'll happily trade in. I'll happily not having a triple captain for having 57 points from said triple captain.
When will you guys be wildcarding then? 34?
34.
34.
Bench boost 35. That's a template strategy. Free hit 32, wildcard 34, BB 35.
The good news is we'll know by 33 where that, if Millwall win, where that Cardiff fixture gets put into. Or at least we should.
Because it's an international break after 31, so we know it right after.
Yep.
Yeah, because with the international break, it gives them enough time to move the fixtures around with enough notice for policing, etc. Although I would imagine plans may already be sort of provisionally in place as a what-if kind of a thing.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, then you would hope it's not in 34 then. You want to triple captain a Brighton player because you did use your wild card in 34.
Yeah. But, just a quick look at if it was in, say, 34. So, 34, Brighton have... Well, that's actually pretty good too, because that's Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said Bournemouth and Cardiff or Newcastle and Cardiff in 36.
I gotta go for dinner, guys. Good chat.
Yeah, no, we're done. We're good.
I think we're good. I think we're wrapping up now anyway, Del, but see you later.
All right, lads. Thanks, everyone. Good luck this game week. Good luck in CCL, JK. And
cheers, buddy.
Bye.